Can you just sort of start off and just kind of tell us what the last week has been like for you?
Yeah. Obviously we won the NFC Championship. Uh, After that, it's kind of just like a bye week. You start preparing, but you get some time down, kind of step away and kind of realize what's going on. You don't really. I feel like it's hard to realize the magnitude of everything because you're just you're in it, and then so we got some time to kind of step away while also still preparing. We got to Santa Clara. We're in San Jose. That's actually where we're staying, but we got here Sunday. What's today? Tuesday. Yeah. So we got here Sunday. Had opening night last night, and then today's kind of like our off day. It's like a normal game week schedule for us from here on out. So
All right, I'll take some questions. Reminder to put your hand up if you have something. Corey, you want to start us off?
Drake, appreciate you doing this first of all, man. But
yeah.
wanted to ask you too. I mean, obviously the journey for you has not been as easy or as smooth as some others. I know you went undrafted. You tried to play with the Raiders, and you end up going to the Seahawks this season. What was that journey like? And then what has this season been like for you to see it all kind of come together now?
It's all been a blessing. The way whether it was good or it was bad, I'm thankful for it. I've learned and I've grown from my journey so far in the NFL. Like you said, going undrafted to trying to find a way at the Raiders, and then that not working out, and then ended up on a different team within 24 hours of being in, thinking I was going back to Vegas, right? And then you end up going to Seattle. You realize that's a lot further away than you initially thought. It's pretty far from home, even far from where I was in Vegas. And then just like from that moment, it still wasn't easy, I would say. I tore my ACL that rookie year. Battled back from that. Last year was played all 17, so that was I was proud of that just because of the year before it ended earlier than expected, and then this year just carving out a role on the defense for myself. It's been awesome, and every step of the way, it's been a huge blessing.
Jaden?
Yeah, as someone who grew up in a very sports family and who's played sports your whole life, just what does it mean to be in this position? It's something that I'm sure you've probably dreamed about your whole life.
Yeah, it's the pinnacle of our sport, right? It's the game. It's the biggest spectacle in our country, probably. I mean, it's a huge honor to be able to play in this and be in the position I'm in, and it's honestly even more of a blessing to be able to do it with the people I'm doing it with. I have I'm part of an amazing organization. I love my coaches and teammates so much. The support staff, it's pretty cool. It's like I was at NC State and I had that home feeling while I was there, and then you get to this level and you kind of expect things to change, turn more into a business. And I'm so blessed to have great people around me, and it's been just like the same thing as college. Just great relationships, family feel to it. So being able to do this with the people I'm doing it with has been awesome.
JC?
Yeah, 10 years ago, when you were at Heritage, Michigan and NC State were your first big offers. When you think back to then, to going to NC State, meeting Peyton Wilson, Isaiah Moore, how does that kind of help shape you into who you are now?
10 years ago, that's crazy. But I'd say just thinking back at those times, like I wouldn't even have ever expected to be in this. That's really the main thing I think about. Like my goal in high school was to go play Division I college football, and once I got the offers and I got on campus, the goal was to be the best college football player I could be. So in hindsight, looking back at it, I mean, I didn't really think I had a shot in the NFL initially, like right off the jump. it was just like kind of through time, you end up putting yourself in a certain situation to where it's like, okay, this is a reality. So just thinking about those times, I think it's pretty cool to realize where I'm at when it was really, it wasn't the plan, it wasn't expected. I was just very in the moment and just focused on whatever was in front of me at the time. I don't know if that really answered your question, but that's what I think about when I think about myself back in high school when I'm getting ready to go play college football.
Noah?
Drake, what did you learn about yourself over the last 2 years that prepared you for this year and be able to step into a starting role and, play as many snaps as you had, this year compared to the previous two?
You said, what did I learn about myself?
Yeah.
That I can't do it alone. I've leaned on my faith heavily the past 2 years. My faith journey, like, it's been incredible to see. I'm so blessed, and my relationship with God has grown so much over the past, since I got to the NFL. And I think that's what I've realized the most is that I need a solid foundation to lean on, and my faith has really provided that for me. I can't do it alone, and God's been with me every step of the way.
Murph?
Yeah, Drake, appreciate this. Number one, how is your health going into this game? And number two, what has the off the field stuff been like? How many tickets have you had to get? How much of a contingent is coming from Raleigh? What's that family situation like?
My health is great. I feel good, ready to go. It's a long season, but my body's been great. It's been awesome to be able to play the snaps that I've played and really not have to deal with much injury, honestly. And then family situation, I have 15 people coming to the game. So they give you 15 tickets to be able to purchase, and I'm using all 15. So it's gonna cousins, aunts, uncles, obviously, my parents, my fiance, my brothers, my fiance's parents. They're all coming out. So it's a blessing to be able to have people in your corner wanting to support the way they are. So it's awesome.
Pat?
Hey Drake, great to see you doing well, man.
Yeah.
I heard your brother on the radio recently. He's talking about, you go undrafted and you tear your ACL. I mean, that could be the end for a lot of players. So how are you able to overcome that and, just mentally for yourself, and then also convince the organization too that you could do this and earn this spot?
I gotta go back to my faith. I was in a tough spot for sure. But I knew that what God had in store for me, whatever it was, I knew it was gonna be good. I didn't know at times if it was gonna be football after that. And I had to come to terms with that, but I just attacked every single day. I didn't look into the future. I didn't worry about what was to come. I trusted God and his plan for my life. And I just stayed day to day and tried to make the most out of every single day. What was your second part of that question?
Yeah, you pretty much answered most of it. Like, how did you convince, was it hard to convince Seattle too, like that, hey, like you could play given you're undrafted? I know sometimes like the draft stock just kind of sticks with guys.
Yeah, that label definitely sticks with guys. But honestly, ever since they've given me so much grace coming back. They gave me so much grace coming back from my injury. I put pretty good tape out my rookie year preseason, and they stuck with me. And like I got cleared a week left in training camp, and a lot of times that's not a positive thing, right? Like they're clearing you, and you might not stick around. So they gave me grace, they gave me time, they allowed me to develop, get comfortable, and they believed in me. So ever since, like I said, ever since they claimed me, I felt like they had a plan for me, and it was almost that undrafted label was almost lifted off of me once they claimed me. It felt like there was a real plan for me, and they really believed in me.
Corey?
Drake, the question has to be asked. You've faced Drake May in the past. Just your thoughts on facing him now again. in the biggest game of your career after facing him at the college level too?
It's going to be a lot of fun. He's a really good player. He's a great player. Obviously, we played in college, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I know the NC State fans are really looking forward to watching it. So I'm excited for it, and excited for the challenge.
Appreciate it, man.
Rob?
Yeah, Drake, what players and teams did you follow, support when you were growing up? And do you have memories of watching Super Bowls yourself that you'd like to share?
Yeah, I was a Steelers fan. I remember when the Steelers played the Seahawks. I think it was in '05. Steelers won that one. And then one of my biggest or main Super Bowl memories was when the Steelers played the Cardinals in the toe drag touchdown in the end zone at the end of the game, and James Harrison pick six. Those are some of the big ones that stick with me.
Jaden?
Yeah, hopefully you can hear me. I'm in the airport. There's so many guys with North Carolina connections in this Super Bowl, whether from the area or went to Carolina or NC State. What does it say about this state that it has produced so many top coaches and players?
It's really cool to see. You kind of just said it yourself. The state has produced so many coaches and players, and to see everybody having success at this level, it's really cool to be a part of, and also watch from a different perspective, seeing other guys doing it. It's like every single week I go to a game and there's some type of North Carolina tie. So it's really cool to have that and see the success that others are having around the league.
Tim?
Hey, Drake, thanks for doing this. I know it's a big and exciting week. Going back to your high school days and Seattle's first win in the Super Bowl with 3 NC State players on it, I believe there have been 13 straight Super Bowls with at least one NC State player involved, which is a pretty amazing stat for a school that is not as prominent as others on the national scene. Can you talk about what NC State did to prepare you both educationally and athletically to be in the position to do this?
Yeah, my experiences at NC State were second to none. The family atmosphere that I had around there, the growth that I had as a person and a player, has definitely catapulted me to this point where I'm at. I'm so thankful and grateful that I chose NC State back when I was 17 years old. And if I didn't, I don't know if I'm in this position, just based off everything that I've learned and what NC State was to me.
Thanks a bunch. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Noah?
Yeah, Drake, you mentioned, having come off injury and really rebound. You've played every single game the last 2 years. What's been the biggest key for yourself, keeping yourself on the field and being healthy?
I don't know, because I didn't really change anything after. I've always been really routine based. Even when I was in college, I had a really good routine that I stuck to, and it kept me healthy. And sometimes football is just freak things happen. But I have a process that I go about taking care of myself that has worked out really well for me. So through that, I had to remind myself that I didn't need to change or waver from my process. I could stick to that, and I knew it worked, and I didn't have to try and switch things up. Some things just happen. It's part of the game, and just kind of sticking to who I am and what I know, and not trying to abort mission when something crazy happens.
JC?
You mentioned the belief that Seattle had in you. When you go back in time and you think of the belief the NC State coaches or Coach Thunder or your teammates, what has that relationship been like, and who to this day still kind of pumps you up when things may not be perfect?
I mean, the belief from my coaches at NC State was always there. I remember Coach Thunder. I was a freshman. I told you guys when I got to college, I didn't think I was going to play in the NFL. I was trying to be the best college player I could be. I remember Coach Thunder, we're lifting, and randomly he just says it to me. He's like, "You and your brother are gonna go play in the NFL." And that stuck with me. I'm like, in my head, I'm like, there's no way. Like, I'm 5'11", 6 foot, whatever, 5'11", honestly. But if you put me on the pro day measuring tape, but I'm like, there's no way I'm 5'11". I'm at the time I was not very fast. I got faster. There's a number of things that, like, I don't have the measurables. The NFL only looks at, but he believed in me and he planted that seed in my head, and always encouraged me to chase it after that. And fast forward to where I'm at now, and he's always texting me and supporting me and showing a lot of love. And along with all of my coaches, all the guys that were there when I was there, they always texting me, reaching out, showing their love and support.
Corey again.
Greg, I was going to ask you as a kind of a follow up to that, what has the outpouring been like over the last week and a half now at this point, from former players at NC State and former coaches as well? Like, what have been some things that have stuck out to you about kind of the outpouring there as well?
I mean, there's a lot of texts. There's so much support, and it's not like, I feel like there's not anything that like necessarily stands out to me, because it's who they are. The people that I was with. I had great people around me at NC State, real genuine people. So like, there's not one that necessarily sticks out to me, but they've all reached out, and they've always supported me. Like, I just remember rehabbing back in the facility, and all the coaching staff was still there. They were all encouraging me. They all believed in me. Even during times where I might not have believed in myself. So I can't thank them enough for their belief in me and their continued support and love for me.
Hey,
Drake, there's going to be a lot of people watching this game from all ages, maybe not even NC State fans, kids in the Raleigh community who play football. They might have no idea what your story is and your journey, but for young football players out there that might be in elementary school, middle school, high school, what do you want them to take away and learn from someone like you that has worked so hard to get to where you are?
It's cliche, but like, just chase your dreams, right? Like, I mean, I said it multiple times already, but I didn't ever think I was going to be in this position. It's a blessing to be here, and my dad always told me that hard work works. So no matter what it is, no matter what people say to you, just put your mind to it and go get it.
Tim?
Drake, I want to ask you about a game you played earlier this year, one that got as much attention as any regular season game played in the NFL, when you guys faced Phillip Rivers. And I was wondering if you could mention what it would be like to play against somebody who came to NC State 6 weeks before you were born.
Yeah, that was an honor, honestly. I didn't get a chance to talk to him after the game. I really, really wanted to. I've never met Phillip, but that was really cool to be on the same field with him. You hear all the stories about him as a player, and even as like a person, just the trash talk, the energy that he brings when he's on the field. It was really cool to play against him, and it was really impressive to see him do what he did on the field. He was fresh off the couch, and he competed, but you wouldn't expect anything less from someone like him.
Did you at least get a little bit of trash talk from him on the field or something? Come on.
I think he probably wasn't talking a lot of trash, because his head was probably spinning a little bit. I mean, he hadn't been on the field in 5 years, so he was probably trying to get comfortable out there more so than he was focused on talking trash. But I didn't hear him say anything to anybody, honestly.
Thanks a lot. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, JC?
You mentioned your dad, and he was the ultimate neighborhood coach. What's your earliest memories of him coaching you, and how proud is everybody in the family just to be along for this ride?
My earliest memories of him coaching me was probably, so obviously Thayer was allowed to start playing football earlier than I was, because he's 2 years older than me. So my dad was the coach of the flag team, and I was not on the team. I was 3 years old, but I was at every single practice. My dad used to put me at deep safety. That was the position I played, pretty much just in the back. And I used to try and go chase the flags and just having fun. And I remember at the last game of the year, he put me in the game for the first time. I was 3 years old, running around there, and it's crazy to think about where I'm at now. Coming from that, and also my dad, like earliest memory. I just remember he was a tough coach. He was tough on us, but he always built us up and showed us a lot of love. Without him and the lessons that he gave my brothers and me, then I don't think we're where we're at all. He deserves a lot of credit for a lot of this.